Alright guys, so this video was supposed to happen days ago when the story is much more relevant and fresh. I didn't put out a video Thursday because I went to watch Avengers Endgame, which is Thursday would have been a normal upload day. Came home Friday, was going to put out this video, and then the whole Skullsy situation happened. So I had to put this on hold, work on that video. That took me a long time to get that video together. By the time I was finished, it was really late. It was like already, 2 a.m. Saturday. So I had to upload the video on Saturday, and then here we are today with this video finally. So we're here to talk about Mortal Kombat 11 again. I've only done like one video about it, but we're here to talk about this controversial ending that the character Jax has in the game. It's a fighting game. If you beat the story or the arcade or whatever, with each character, they're going to have their own little story at the end. And with Jax, for whatever reason, I don't know why, I guess he goes back in time or changes history or something like that and gets rid of slavery, gets rid of racism or something. Some people were like genuinely upset or like offended by this. I think it's a pretty funny situation, but I'll give my thoughts on it once we get to that point. Jax's Mortal Kombat 11 ending finds him undoing slavery. Fans are calling it racist. However, a handful of other fans have responded positively to the ending. Mortal Kombat 11 was recently released, but a particular ending for one of the game's characters has fans divided. As with previous Mortal Kombat games, 11 also features an arcade mode commonly referred to as the classic tower in the series, where depending on the character you play as, you get a certain ending after beating every fighter. For Jax and Jax Briggs' ending, the iconic black Mortal Kombat character uses the powers he's gained from Kronika, the game's primary antagonist who, as the Keeper of Time, can manipulate time to undo the slave trade while also keeping his wife and daughter in his life. So really quickly, we're going to take a look at this ending for Jax in Mortal Kombat 11. I couldn't find a version of it that didn't have some stupid YouTuber's watermark on the actual video itself, but either way, let's look at it.
All I wanted was to fix my life. Now I have the power to fix history. Raiden warns me, I can't fix everything. Change too much and I could lose Vera, lose Jackie. But this power is bigger than us. If I think only about helping myself, what kind of officer am I? What kind of man? I've been lucky. My family and I have lived the American dream. But most people who look like me haven't had that chance. I owe it to them to put things right. And I'm not waiting centuries for people to get woke when I've got the power to speed things up. I don't get it right the first time, or the second, or even the third, but eventually, I knock it out of the damn park. My family's back. The world's a better place for everyone. Turns out, you can have everything. Anyone who says you can't needs to dream bigger.
Ultimately, after manipulating history a few times, Briggs not only ends up undoing slavery, but still having his wife and daughter in his life. The ending has divided some fans of the series. One Reddit thread titled, "Opinion, I think Jax's ending in Mortal Kombat 11 makes him racist," by a user named Valdish has over 311 comments, with many of them supporting Valdish's post. So right here we have the actual Reddit post, which we'll read over and then talk about it. He posts, "The guy goes back in time to end slavery of black people, but in Mortal Kombat universe, Shao Kahn has been enslaving people of all skin colors for about 1,000 years, but Jax only cares about freeing black people. Edit, in retrospect, I probably should have posted this on our unpopular opinion. Second edit, a lot of people are trying to claim that I'm mad about Jax ending slavery. That is not even close to what my post says. Ending slavery is fine with me, but because of how Jax's ending is presented, it makes it seem like he only ended slavery of people who have the same skin color as him, and that's the problem I have with it." Look, I'm inclined to agree with the person who posted this on Reddit. You have a character within the Mortal Kombat universe, within the lore, who's notorious for slavery. Why not just get rid of Shao Kahn or get rid of the slavery that Shao Kahn did? Or if you're going to get rid of slavery on Earth in the actual real world, why not just get rid of slavery altogether? Why make the character get rid of only black slavery? Because it's ridiculous. I'm not agreeing with the people who are offended or think that it's racist. I just think it's stupid. And whether people want to admit it or not, or like to hear it or not, every single race out there has been a slave at some point in history. It doesn't make sense to only affect one race of people, only get rid of slavery for one set of people. Because as a hypothetical, imagine if there was like an Asian character or like a Spanish or Mexican character or something like that that went back in history in the Mortal Kombat game and would only get rid of slavery for their set of people. Regardless of how bad their slavery was compared to black people's slavery, doesn't matter. If the Asians only got rid of Asian slavery in history, the internet would have absolutely lost their minds. They can't believe it. How dare you get rid of that slavery, not this one? I don't know, like, I'm not offended by this. I don't give a shit about Mortal Kombat. I'm not offended by simple things like this, but I just think it would be better if, for Jax as a character, to just get rid of, like, slavery as a whole. Like, if he were to keep going back in time until slavery is gone and it fully benefits the world, as opposed to just the stupid fucking ending he got. And what's the deal with this, like, ending? Does he just get infinite retries with going back in time? Because it says he does it multiple times until he has his wife and daughter still in his life. So what's that about? And when it comes to time travel, going back in the past and changing things, we don't know what kind of effect that would have on the future. I guess it doesn't matter here because he gets to just keep going back in time, I guess, infinitely or something. I'm not entirely sure. But if you go back in time and were to, say, get rid of slavery, right? We don't know what kind of impact that would have on the world. And I'm not trying to say that slavery was great for our history, but you don't know how that would affect modern times. We just don't know what kind of effect that would have. Because obviously there's the theory of the butterfly effect. You go back in history, go back in time, and you kill a butterfly, it might have drastic implications on the future of the planet, of the world, just by simply killing a butterfly. So imagine going back in time and changing something as big as the slave trade. It's a dark time in history, sure, but who knows what that could do to the future. My only actual issue with this entire situation is that it's just kind of weird. Like, I don't know if Mortal Kombat ever doing stuff like this in the past. Maybe they have. But it seems like a lazy ending to give a black character. He's a black guy. He has the ability to mess with time. He decides he wants to go back and get rid of slavery. It seems like very, very, I don't know, man, like almost racist on like the Mortal Kombat people's end. He's a black guy, so he must want to change slavery. Anyways, that's pretty much the video. That's the story. The topic's a little bit older, but obviously shit came up. I'll have the article linked below. There's a little more to read if you want to, and of course you can read up on the Reddit post itself and see what people are saying or whatever. And then I'll have the videos I used in this video linked in the description as well. I'm assuming pretty much anybody that actually watches my channel wouldn't be offended by this, but I'm curious what your thoughts are, whether you're white, black, whatever, whether you play Mortal Kombat or not. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, turn on notifications, follow me on Twitter at TheDashingDavid, and my Discord. Links to my social networks are in the description and in the outro. Later, guys.
Give me forever for a while, give me forever for a while. Quit acting like a baby, or at least less like a child. Give me serenity, or at least just peace of mind. Get me closer.